You see, it's an economic war that's going on. We succeeded in the war with the Soviet Union. The West competed in armaments beyond what the Russian economy could, the Soviet economy could compete with. The result was Soviet Union collapsed. And, if Russia gets out of hand from the US point of view, then it uses the same policy. It slaps an embargo on trade with Russia and keeps its ability to compete militarily with the West, keeps it down. And Trump's doing the same with China. It's highly likely that a devaluation would have just been matched by the Chinese devaluing more. You would still end up with the Chinese playing the wrong game on the world market. It's not what we would see as a humanitarian society. It uses slave labor in effect of the bulk of its people, with 150 million or perhaps 200 million fairly affluent, middle class, wealthy if you like, but they're not the upper class in power. And their position is hazardous, to say the least. They can find they're out. In fact, they can find they disappear in the night, if, as is the case in Russia, of course, if you're not in keeping with the regime that's running the place. We have to be realistic about these things. I mean, people are not all crowding to get into living in Russia or living in China. If they want to move anywhere in the world, they want to live in the US or Europe or Australasia, which I might point out are areas that were historically Christian. I wouldn't say they were now. And I don't mean to say that Christian was wonderful by any means. But perhaps it was that much better than the rest of the world. And that's where even members of these tyrannical regimes want to escape to. It's the West. You don't want the you don't want to live in their smaller countries that are corrupt, without naming such, but you know who I mean, that are similarly run by pretty autocratic regimes, I might point out. Well, yes, the West is not so hot either, but the revealed preference is, if you want to live anywhere, live in the West. Try not to end up as one of the, unused, unemployed poor. That's not so good. We should be more humane, shouldn't we? Really. Honestly and truly, we should be just kinder people. Bless you. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.